Hey folks, Patrick Powers is here, and I am super psyched today because I'm here with Dr. Jeremy Thornton, who is an extremely experienced doctor. He's been an internist for 25 years. He is a clinical nutritionist. He's a chiropractor as well, and a functional medicine doctor. And today we're going to talk about how this new biomass breakthrough can change everything. If you're working as a health professional, how it can change everything for your patients. Really, how massive a difference this new breakthrough can make, and also how you actually kind of talk to your patients and clients about this and bring it up. So, thank you so much for joining us today, Jeremy.
Hey, thanks for having me, Patrick. I really appreciate it. I love the opportunity to get the word out about this technology because I think it needs to. I was this was shared with me a little over a year and a half ago, and just to give you a little background, we primarily work with autoimmune disease, chronic inflammatory conditions, degenerative diseases, and such. And so, and being a functional medicine practitioner and a clinical nutritionist, of course, nutrition and natural medicine is a big part of my practice. And so, I have personally utilized in my own health journey, as well as with patients, various versions of turmeric and curcumin formulas over the years, probably dozens of different versions. And I've followed the science. I've always been interested in studying nutrition. And as you're aware, there's just a ridiculous amount of science on curcumin and turmeric. Mm-hmm. And so, the issue has always been, and most practitioners know this, is bioavailability with curcumin and turmeric. It just doesn't absorb well at all. In recent years, they've done a few things to try to enhance absorption. They've added black pepper extract. They've tried different liposomal formulas and different things, and that did slightly improve absorption. But it was never like, wow, you know what I mean? It was a little better than previous formulas. And when this was introduced to me, honestly, I wasn't very excited to take a deeper look. Using it for so many years and really thought that I had the best formula that was available at the time. I just wasn't terribly excited about another curcumin formula, but a friend of mine that sent me the research on it, I looked at a research article that claimed that this technology would increase bioavailability by 277 times. And that got my attention. I didn't necessarily believe that because like you, I'm a big skeptic, right? But it did get my attention, and I thought, well, what if that is true? What if that claim is true? This could completely change everything. We thought we knew about curcumin and turmeric. So, like a good doctor, I guinea pigged on my family, and particularly my sweet mama, who has a lot of inflammatory conditions, because really I just wanted to see if this lived up to the claims, right? And thankfully, I don't have a lot of inflammatory situations in my body. Well, actually, over time I found out I had more than I thought I did with this technology, but I wanted to see if the claims were true. And so she was already on a top-notch curcumin supplement. And I said, hey, Mom, give me all of those capsules that you're taking every day. And I want you to add these 10 drops in, and let's see how you respond. And so I won't get into great detail because she's got an amazing story on this video, but needless to say, she just had a remarkable transformation within days of starting this. Wow. And I knew that we had our hands on something special. So I was convinced that this was something different than anything I'd seen before. And I started utilizing it, like I said, with myself, my family, and then with patients. And just one after another, very chronically ill patients were responding like I'd never seen happen before. And it was just almost unbelievable, the response that I was getting, and in such a diverse kinds of patients. We were seeing changes in people with various autoimmune conditions. We were seeing improvements in patients that had, long-standing blood sugar disorders, cognitive challenges, neurodegenerative conditions, mental health challenges. It was just going on and on. And,
Mm.
I often say that this is what I had always hoped curcumin and turmeric was based on the research, but I'd
Mm.
never seen it. I'd never seen it like this. And so, in the past year and a half, it's literally changed everything in my practice. The response to my patients, the speed in which
Mm.
they can heal and recover, the ability that I have to help such a wide variety of health conditions with a
Mm.
single product.
And you've
It's
introduced this to 1,000 or over 1,000 of your patients now, right? Is that correct?
Yes, for sure. Uh-huh. And
Wow.
in almost, I can't say every patient, but nearly every patient this is part of their protocol. And the reason is because dealing with chronic inflammatory conditions, dealing with degenerative diseases, the root cause is always inflammation, right? It's always
Mm-hmm.
inflammation. Now, we do try to seek and find root causes and triggers and where this inflammation is coming from, but across the board, it's inflammation.
Mm.
And if we can get the upper hand on that inflammation, it changes everything on the outcome with that patient. If they're seeing results, they're going to be more apt to stick with it, to make lifestyle changes, to see this thing through, right? Because they feel hope, because right away they're
Mm.
seeing changes in their body.
Mm. Amazing. So how do you talk to your patients about this? Like, what do you say? What do you explain to them about why this is different, why they should try it?
Well, I explained a little bit about my history with utilizing, curcumin and turmeric, and why this technology is different. I encourage them to, all my patients, I encourage to try something new for at least 3 months to see some significant changes.
Mm.
And we have a talk about inflammation. I don't care what their condition is. It's diabetes, it's autoimmune disease, it's uh, um, chronic infections, across the board, whatever the conversation is, there's inflammation in that conversation. And when I tell them that I can significantly impact their inflammation within just a few days, they're willing to try something.
Mm.
When I talk to them about, hey, would you like to try something naturally that I think would work better than anything you've tried before? Would you be interested?
Mm.
Of course, the answer is yes. So many people have tried so many things. My patients are no different than anybody else. They've tried literally everything out there to try to get relief. Uh,
Mm.
Oftentimes frustrated with their experience in the medical field, which just wants to, peddle more prescription medication to try to treat their symptoms. And when we can impact that root cause of inflammation dramatically and quickly,
Mm.
um, it's life changing for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. So I assume that you kind of in a quite unique position as opposed to most people, that you have probably done blood tests and other tests to actually verify the changes in people's bodies. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So what are
And
the kind of results that you're seeing?
and that really probably sold me, as well as, of course, seeing the results we were seeing is getting that data, right? Seeing those numbers change on lab reports. And so, some of the easy markers that we see change quickly are inflammatory markers. Curcumin, at least the studies on curcumin have shown that it's the best. It blocks more inflammatory pathways than any substance that we know about. But the problem with it until now has been we can't get it at levels in the bloodstream to make that big of a difference, right? We can't reach a therapeutic level in the bloodstream. Of course, a lot of the scientists that studied this would throw up their hands in frustration because they couldn't even find it in the bloodstream after doing
Mm.
thousands of milligrams orally. And so now that we can get this into the bloodstream quickly at therapeutic levels, which can go into our cells, our organs, tissues, our brain, it's just so powerful.
Mm. So what is the impact on hormonal systems, blood sugars, what
So we
cardiovascular system? What? Mm.
absolutely. So inflammatory markers dropping quickly are exciting to see. We work with a lot of autoimmune disease, and one of the things we monitor in the bloodstream with autoimmune disease is antibodies. Commonly, or their antibody tests for different autoimmune conditions. And the higher these antibody levels are, the more aggressive the immune system is attacking that organ or that tissue. And so when the amazing thing about curcumin is it boosts and supports the immune system, but it also calms an overactive immune system. And so seeing those antibody levels come down in some longstanding chronic autoimmune conditions is super exciting. For our diabetic patients, seeing their fasting insulin levels drop, seeing their blood sugar drop, their A1C drop, and in many cases, these patients were already doing the dietary strategies, right, to improve upon this, which of course we preach that. But sometimes that insulin resistance is difficult to overcome. And curcumin has a powerful ability to improve the sensitivity of our cells, every cell in our body to that insulin. And so that insulin starts to work better. And then, of course, blood sugar follows. We are seeing improvement in overall hormone balance. And I think that's probably from a number of different reasons, including improving insulin resistance is a big cause of hormone imbalance. One of the many things we know about curcumin is it's amazing for liver health, right? And so many people have, we just live in a toxic world. Our poor livers, kind of get bogged down and aren't doing their best job of breaking down hormones efficiently. So that's a cause of hormone imbalance. Inflammation always will cause hormone imbalance and how it impacts the brain. And then, of course, those glands. And so we're seeing some really neat things with hormone balancing. Trying to think of other testing that those are the big ones for sure.
Fantastic. Dr. Jeremy, this is so amazing. This has just been meant to be like a short introduction overview for health practitioners to hopefully give them some idea what it is, how powerful it is, but also maybe if there is something more that they want to know. I know we have something way more in depth that they can look at. You've done webinars for 2 hours with health professionals if they want to take a look at it at a deeper level. So, but I really want to thank you. Is there anything else that you want to say to any health professionals out there taking a look at this?
I would say, like me, health professionals are indeed skeptics because we've seen so much. We get everybody markets to us, right, to buy their stuff and try their things and take their vitamins but don't be closed-minded to this. Even if you have are taking a turmeric or curcumin product, because that was indeed me as well. And I almost didn't take a look at this, and that would have been very sad for my health as well as thousands of patients' health. But give this a try personally. I would say to pick, a couple of people in your life, if it's not you that has those health challenges, pick one or two close people in your life, spouse, loved one, parent, child, grandparent, that has some health challenges that this could impact, and start them on it. I guarantee there's going to be an amazing response in their health. And when you see that response, you cannot help but share this with others.
Fantastic. Thank you so much again. And anybody listening here who want to know more, get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this. And Dr. Jeremy, that was absolutely amazing. And can't wait to see you sometime in future, probably, or hopefully over here in Europe soon.
Sounds great. Thank you, Patrick.
Thanks. Take care.